Hey everyone, my name is Taps, and welcome to the Pixar's Wall-E and the Toy Stories Pizza, or was it called the Pizza Truck NFT giveaway drop. But we'll be going ahead and going through this today. Hopefully, we're actually going to be able to see not that lagginess, not that glitchiness that we've had before. Good news is if you were on my last stream where we did the Elsa thing, I do now have my device up, so I will be able to see it. You'll be able to see it. We'll see how this goes. And if you watched my last video from this morning, I actually touched on a couple of tips on what you need to do in case this glitchiness still continues, so that way we can secure. Because for those who had the know early, they were able to get like 2, 3, more than 4 drops off the last couple. So let's get into this. Before we get into the drop, I would just say before everything else, make sure your device is open. So you want to make sure that you have it open and ready to go 30 minutes ahead of time. Do not play around with it. I mean, just keep it open, right? And in this video, I'm going to be going through a couple of new big news that's happening in the NFT metaverse side. And it's not like huge news, but it is awareness. It is a push towards adoption, as well as some Veve news. And we're going to get into the specifics of this drop. And Wall-E surprised me. I did not realize just how big Wall-E fandom is, which I am not a bot. I promise I'm not a bot, but I'm wearing the robot shirt to support my homie Wall-E. How's everyone feeling? What's going on, Fabrice? What's going on, Vitalik? Hoodie Man says Wall-E underrated. I agree. I'm actually going to get into some content around that. What's going on, my friend? Fox says good luck. We're all going to need it. We're all going to need it for this drop, but let's get into it. Jack Ingle says, what up, Taps? Watching your live streams before the drop is the highlight of my day. Hey, I appreciate that. You know, I'm not much of a live streamer, at least I haven't been, but I've enjoyed it, right? Like, even though this has been kind of a frustrating time, I still enjoy getting to interact with you guys and talk openly here. So I appreciate you guys hopping on the stream. I know a few people do stream and they're probably better at it than me, but I do love actually getting to do this when I can. And because of the time change, like it is at 8 a.m. PST and it's now 12 p.m. PST, I'm on the West Coast of the US, it's easier for me to do this because it aligns with lunchtime. Yay, Shaq. Welcome, Shaq. He's an uncommon. Yes, he is. I think I actually said he was a common a while back. But all right, let's get into some of this news and go from there. And also, what are you guys looking for? If you had a choice, are you more excited for the Wall-E or are you more excited for the Pizza Planet truck? Because we've seen that the pizza or some of the commons are actually outselling or shooting up in more value than the actual rares, right? Like you look at Homer and Bart, they're way more valuable than the skateboard versus Elsa, which is also shooting up in value. Like it's not as high as the hat, but it is way up for a common. Pretty incredible to see just how well these are holding value. Share screen, and here we go. All right. Looks like everyone, Fabrice wants Iron Man. That's tomorrow, man. I'm actually not going to be able to stream tomorrow's, but I will be trying for it. So everyone says, let's see. What's up, Dave? Jesus wants Wall-E. Maka wants the pizza truck. Falk, and let me know if you're saying you're wrong. Or I guess you can't let me know, but Wall-E for sure. Wall-E, you know, I love Wall-E, but I'm most excited for the pizza truck, which I know I'm wearing the Wall-E shirt, like how dare I, and I love the character Wall-E more than the pizza truck. But I'm going to get into why I think it would be more fun to actually have the pizza truck itself. But let's get into the news first. Sky News. Sky News actually came out with the article around the Marvel and Golden Moments that's coming out with Iron Man. Disney set to release Iron Man and Elsa as first official NFTs. So it's covering the Marvel Drops news, which is very exciting because Sky News is a major news provider. So, and it's not in the US at least, but, and I agree. Non-Fungible Alex says, stop advertising. I need to get these drops for retail. I agree, man. But it's also, it's almost like a double-edged sword too, right? Because we're seeing these issues. Hopefully it's worked out today but we're drawing all this awareness. Like, this is going to be many people's first experience with a Veve drop. And that's what's, I think, causing a lot of the issues. I don't think it's just the third party. And I've touched on this in a few videos, but hopefully it gets a little bit cleaner today. And if not, then hopefully they're hopping in the stream and they see exactly how to nab some of these, which I think would be really exciting to actually have someone, come in and see, oh, like this is a glitchy drop, and then they see what we're doing in the app, and then they're able to secure it on this stream. Would be really cool. All right, I've got my devices open, ready to go. So Sky News mentioned this directly on Twitter, broadcasting this. And in case you're wondering, Sky News has over 7 million followers. That is, I'm going to give them a follow. Why not? That is incredible. So they just shot this news out to their following. And when you look at Sky News, they're not crypto news. They're not NFT news. They're not blockchain news. They're general news. Like they're covering climate stuff and Squid Games, which don't cover Squid Game token, in case you haven't seen that rug pull. And then like just random news, right? So it isn't anything focused around NFTs, blockchain. But what's great about it is, again, it's advertising like, hey, if you want to get into NFTs, if you want to actually collect fandom around Disney and Marvel and Pixar, check out Veve. And as we know, you don't need to hold a MetaMask. You don't need to hold crypto in order to play with Veve. So this is exciting to see, because this is a major, major news provider. And I believe they're biggest in the UK and Australia, in order to actually, show what we're doing here at Veve. And let's reload that. And what's interesting too is I was surprised that they actually broadcast this, because at first look, Sky News is owned by Comcast, and it looks like it used to be owned by Fox, which Fox owns Simpsons, right? So I thought that was kind of interesting to see that they're broadcasting it. But again, the fact that they're owned by Comcast, which is, I believe, the biggest now, or has been biggest provider of television, or at least cable television in the US by far. So this is big news. The next piece of big news, I'm going to get into the Justin Bieber side, but checking in with you guys. Pizza truck, Wally, pizza truck. I'll be blown away if I can even get one too, man. We've got 21 minutes. So we've got some time here, and I'm going to get through some of this news, as well as touch on why you may either want to be a bigger Wally fan, or why you might want to be a bigger pizza truck fan. Thanks, Fun Farmer. Love the new cut, Taps. Appreciate it. Always got to get trued up, keep it clean. We are like vultures. I agree, Maka. Yep. VVVox, 7.3 million followers from Sky News. But let's get into Justin Bieber news. So Justin Bieber has announced that he is partnering with virtual entertainment company Wave for Justin Bieber an interactive virtual experience. According to the announcement, the collaboration will give a futuristic look into the metaverse, merging gaming, real-time motion capture, and live musical performance into an immersive, interactive experience. Audiences will go to an epic and intimate musical journey with Bieber, sorry, not with Veve, and see him. It's like almost like a Freudian slip. With Bieber, and see him perform songs from his #1 album, Justice, before kicking off his 2022 Justice World Tour. Now, this is really cool, right? Because Justin Bieber is one of the biggest names in the music business, right? He's been around forever. He's still making big hits. And the fact that he is actually doing something with the metaverse, doing something with immersive tech, doing something with a virtual experience is bullish, right? For everything that is NFTs and metaverse space, it's bringing more awareness, right? So we saw Facebook change their name to Meta, and now we're seeing more musical artists actually jumping into the space as well, right? Like, I think, was it Lady Gaga? No, it was Paris Hilton who performed a musical concert in Decentraland. And there's more and more who are seeing, oh, there's money to be made with this. There is awareness to be made with this. And the fact that Justin Bieber is jumping into this is, again, just going to bring more fans to the space. And what do fans do? They start looking into it, and they're most likely to see things like Decentraland and Sandbox. But as they dive a little bit deeper and they see things, especially like this, right? Like that 3D element, actually augmented reality, immersive technology, they're more likely to find things like Veve. And we can be the ones, of course, to obviously attract them, right? Like we are always talking about Veve, and we're always seeing, hey, how can we get more of the word out? So this is happening November 18th, Thursday at 6 p.m. And it's on Waves, which it is not the wave.watch. It is not the crypto Waves. I was actually, whoa, Waves got this. And no, it's not that one. Let's see. There's going to be a rebroadcast and there's a waiver cam. So it's very much immersive, right? Like it's bringing his fans. You can pop up on the Jumbotron during the show when you're waving your camera, virtual emojis, chat. This is definitely great because it's going to show that there is a market. Well, we already know there's a market for it, but this is great because, again, it's going to show that it is broadening to the mainstream, right? Is experience in VR? No. In interactive virtual. So it isn't quite fully there yet. I think as more jump into the space and more larger artists and things of this nature go that way, we will see more things like this. And David, you actually even said in an AMA, like I want to say probably 4 or 5 months ago, he does hope that all virtual concerts will be done in the Veveverse one day. Now, that could be a little bit too pie in the sky. I don't know, but we'll see, right? Like hopefully they will have virtual concerts. And as we get more and more awareness into Veve, people are going to want to collect these, right? Like Andre Jick obviously is collecting. We've got bigger names coming in. And so I'm not going to be surprised when we actually get larger like musical artists and things of that nature who are like, yeah, these are dope. And I would love to perform in Veveverse. All right. We've got under 18 minutes. Make sure your app is open, people. And hey, shout out to Zach R. Let's get this done today. I'll get Bieber's haircut if I get this drop. You heard it here. So thank you for the super chat. But Zach said, if he gets this drop, oh man, I hope you get the drop and you get that Bieber haircut. You got to change your profile pic or post it on Twitter and show you get the Bieber cut. Wait, are you gonna get the old school Bieber cut, like the almost like the mop top, or are you gonna get like the new Bieber cut, like the trendy cool one? I think you should go for the old school one. But then again, you got to grow your hair out probably a little bit. All right, so we are dropping, of course, the Disney's Golden Moments in blind box format. We have Wally, which is an uncommon, which forgive me on my last video this morning, which I put out on kind of what to do, what not to do on these drops. I did say it was a common, I believe, or I was saying it was 2,000 less editions than the Homer and the Elsa. I did not realize it was an uncommon. So that is the difference, is there are 2,000 less editions than a Homer or Elsa, but it is uncommon and not uncommon. Or sorry, it is uncommon and not common. And then, of course, we have the Pizza Planet truck, which is a rare. And I'm really excited for both of these, and I'll get into more around why. There are 6,333 of these dropping today. And I think these are awesome. And, there's so many, and I like that it gave its own little piece about Pixar, right? Like there's what I've noticed about this going down is I've read this entire thing and I like that it's specifying, right? So we had the Disney ones and then now it's showing the Pixar and then we'll see Star Wars and so on and so forth. But it does go through a little bit of Pixar's history, why it's so successful, some of the biggest names around it. And one thing that also jumped out to me is in each one, it gives you this really large excerpt of the Disney parks experience and products. And I've covered in a video before that there's a bunch of names and other brands underneath Disney, but it does specifically list set ones: Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, 20th Century Studios, which we've seen, and that's Fox, which we've seen all of those obviously in these drops, but it also mentions ESPN. It also mentions National Geographic. So the fact that it mentions those specifically makes me hopeful and most likely thinking that we will see ESPN and National Geographic in our showrooms in future Disney drops. So that just kind of sticks out to me. But again, let's get a little bit more into Wally and the Pizza Planet truck. Now, if you haven't seen Wally, it's actually a really, really good movie. Like Pixar can do no wrong. They can make anything cute and lovable. And they took this broken down, dirty robot and made it really, really cute, right? Like they succeed in everything they do. But it's a good movie, and it kind of shows like what happens to man when we get lazy, and like they're all overweight and flying around and they're like hover seats. And they did a really good job on this movie. And it's about saving basically a plant and restarting the world over and making sure that we don't ruin it again. A really brilliant message. But I've always liked Wally. I didn't realize that everyone else really liked Wally. I didn't realize that he is one of the most popular characters from Pixar. And to prove that, I was Googling and like obviously looking at multiple different ratings of, top 10 Pixar characters. Do your favorites make the list? Number 10, Sadness. Number 9, Judy Hopps, Dante, Edna, Mike. Number 5 on this list of Hollywood Insider is Wally, with Doug being number 4, Ian from Onward, Dory, Woody. I don't know about this specific list, but the fact that Wally is on number 5, and then when we look at Vulture, they chose Wally as number 1 ahead of, in terms of movies, Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Toy Story 2, The Incredibles. That blew me away that they chose Wally as the number 1, but they do actually kind of go into, a lot of how incredible the movie is. I wouldn't place it as my number 1 personally, but I do enjoy the movie. And then again, looking at another list from Screen Rant, we can see they choose Wally as number 2, right behind Russell from Up and ahead of Ian Lightfoot, which I liked Onward, but I'm surprised so many people loved this movie so much to rank Onward so high. I think Remy does belong in number 4. Mr. Incredible, interesting. So a lot of really high ratings for Wally. So there's a lot of big fandom behind Wally the robot. And so that kind of surprised me. And I think that Wally is going to shoot up in value like Homer or like Elsa? Well, so is Elsa technically Pixar? I think she is, right? Because I would argue that, well, Wally could be the first Pixar versus Disney drop, right? But is Elsa Pixar? Oh, no, it's a Disney movie. All right, there you go. So that is a good indicator. So I assumed because of the graphics, it would be Pixar, but no, Elsa Frozen is Disney. So that does mean that Wally is for sure the first, I guess Wally and, the Toy Story Pizza Planet truck is the first Pixar NFT dropped on Veve. So it really could shoot up like Elsa and Homer. I mean, when I think about the reason why Homer shot up is because it was the first overall Disney NFT dropped, right? And I think there are a lot of Simpsons fans, but I think that has a lot of reason for why it shot up. Wally, I could see it doing close to maybe a little bit less than as good as Elsa. So Elsa's been over $300. Homer was at one point like over $500 for commons, which is crazy, but it is also an uncommon. So maybe it will be at or a slight tick above Elsa because it is 2,000 less editions, an uncommon, and again, the first Pixar dropped on Veve. So let's take a look at collectibles. When I always compare the actual physical, what they look like compared to the digital, and we've got 11 minutes still, so we've got some time. All right. The actual collectibles and statues of Wally aren't really high selling, but one thing that did stick out to me is that there are Wally bear bricks and Eva bear bricks that sell really well. So I think that's pretty cool to see. I can't wait for Metacom for bear bricks to come to Veve. And I'm so excited that they have a massive booth that I get to meet a bunch of the actual artists at the event at DCon this weekend. So I will for sure probably be buying some kind of bear brick of some kind. I think it would look great sitting on my shelf back there, but I just don't know which one, right? Like I know they're expensive. I know they're highly collectible. Hopefully there's something exclusive and something to a fandom that I would really like to enjoy. But let's get on to the Pizza Planet. Oh, well, before I get on the Pizza Planet truck, there are nearly 400 Pixar characters, and I think there's over 800 Disney is what I saw. So there are a lot of characters that could come Pixar specific to Disney. All right. The Toy Story Pizza Planet truck. All right. Hey, Taps. So I'm reading a couple of these Yeah, I agree with you, Jared. Let's hope Travis Scott doesn't get into metaverse for a while. Oh man, yeah, I saw what happened at his concert. But I mean, his concerts are crazy. I've seen Travis Scott live, and he was nuts. It was awesome. I saw him at Lollapalooza like years and years ago. Um, Demo asks, "Hey Taps, what do you think the end of year price for OMI will be after the issues we faced with the past two drops?" I think this is just another bump in the road. They'll move past it. My end of year price is still the same. They do need to execute on these catalysts. They need to have immutable happen. These exchanges happen. They need to have MTL happen. So it kind of depends on when they move forward. I imagine all that's now going to happen after decon, but it seems like we don't really have any huge announcements afterwards. So hopefully they focus on getting everything set after that. Yours already crashed, Maxwell. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you can get back in. Yes, thank you so much, Lori. If everyone can hit that like button, let the fam know that we are here. Again, it supports the channel. It lets people know that we're in the drop. Maybe they want to be a part of it together and get some of this news, some of this education, and join us in this drop. And I think we'll be on here for, if this is still issues, which Maxwell in the chat did say that his already crashed, this could be another issue drop. So we're going to be sitting in here patiently, jamming, trying to get this drop if it is another lagged or glitched out drop. So please hit that like button and the subscribe button if you're not yet, for these future drops and future education. All right, so the Pixar Pizza Planet truck. Now, as you probably know or you've seen, this truck pops up in almost every Pixar movie in some hidden way. And it's pretty cool, right? Like you can see it in A Bug's Life, in Toy Story 2. You can see it in when it's flashing through and Finding Nemo when they're in the bags and it drove past. In Cars, which is actually one of my favorite ones because it has like the eyes, it's alive. You can see it over the bridge in Ratatouille. It was scanned in Wall-E. Like, but you don't catch this when you're watching the movie, really. Like, unless you're thinking about it and looking for it. Like, I remember the scene where Eva scanned the truck, but I didn't catch that it was the Pizza Planet truck. It was seen in Up. It was seen in Toy Story 3, Cars 2, Brave, which again, like she's whittling the truck. I didn't catch that. That's little things. Like they're so brilliant on how they do these things. I don't see, is it that one? They had to hide it in the rocks because of course there were no trucks or pizza back in dinosaur times. Cars 3. I mean, it's pretty cool to see just how they hide it everywhere, right? You can see it over here in Soul, which is a great movie. If you haven't seen Soul, I thought they did a fantastic job with that movie. But here's what I like is Jeremiah Oyang, great member of the community, very knowledgeable about NFTs and research. He comes from a similar background as me, but wildly more successful than me. And he says, today Pixar releases their first NFT, the Pizza Truck, which appears in every film as an Easter egg. Prediction: collectors will hide their pizza truck in the Veve 3D showroom, creating a game. May reward with OMI. Now, I don't know about Veve and Ecomi doing anything like this, but I do see us as collectors doing something like this because this would be a blast, right? Like this would be really fun to do. And so that's why, do I want Wall-E? Of course I want Wall-E. I'm repping Wall-E. But I do want the Pizza Planet truck more because I think it would be so fun to hide it in my vault, in my showroom, and for us all to engage in Twitter and say like, hey, you know, basically where's Waldo, right? Like where's the pizza truck? Find it. And I think little things like that will be really creative and really fun to see. So hopefully we're able to get that pizza truck. And I mean, you never know, right? Like we know that mini games are coming, but we don't really know what they're going to look like. I do believe that eventually a trading card game could come. I do believe when it comes to mini games, you could have, you know, obviously racing. The Dan's touched on it before, like racing the DeLorean against the Ecto One and other vehicles. You know, hopefully the hoverboards would be really cool. So like little mini games like that, but they could create something where, you know, you have a random showroom that you pop into. You know that there's a pizza truck hidden, and it gives you maybe, I don't know, 5 seconds, and you have to find it and like click on it or something of that nature. And then if you click on it, you're rewarded with OMI. I think that's a pretty cool idea. And hopefully the team, you know, catches on to that. I think that would be a lot of fun. We've got just under 5 minutes. How's everyone doing? Do you have your app open? And I'm going to say this now in case you didn't catch my video earlier today. What I always do is I do make sure that I have the auto lock turned off on my phones. So you saw like they're right here. I'm not really having to touch them, stay open, reopen the app, and then have it load and run into issues. The auto lock is turned off. So that way I am ready to go come drop time. I can just sit for 30 minutes on the app and good to go. So I do recommend that. And then if you do not get a gem taken away, if you do not get a right away secure drop, we could be seeing issues again. So what I would do is I would stay on this screen, even if it's, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever, stay in the screen and just keep clicking buy now, because that's how others were able to secure. So let's see how we can do and get this drop, fam. What? So Finsta says OMI goes to $100 by the end of the year, or I jump off the Empire State Building. That is a big commitment. I hope you don't. And $100 by the end of the year, that's a big ask, right? I would be stoked if it hits 6 cents to 9 cents by the end of the year, but we'll see what happens with the mutable and everything else. Exchanges are pretty key in my opinion. Friend from France. Bon chance à tous. Did I say it right? Bon chance à tous. Good luck to you as well. Master Barba says, dude, this is so dope. So glad to be in this movement. Thanks for your advice always. How come I never hear you in the spaces? So I've jumped in a few and every now and then. I should hop in more, but man, like between working at an actual job outside of this, content creating, engaging with the community. I'm in multiple Telegram groups, Discord, everything else. I'm a crypto stock investor, so I have like that as kind of a side job as well. It's a lot to manage. So when I can have time and I'm not creating content, it's rough, man. But I do really enjoy those spaces. So I've hopped into a few every now and then, but it has been probably about a week since I've hopped in one. So thank you for the reminder. All right, we've got 2 minutes to go. Yeah, I saw that Veve is no longer in the Mutable X marketplace, so they're probably doing some last minute testing before that actually goes live, but we could see what happens. May the odds be forever in your favor. All right, we've got less than 2 minutes. Enthusiastic says, did Ecomi Veve say anything about yesterday's drop and fixing future problems? They did not. And thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate you supporting the channel and supporting me. They did not. So that did kind of irk me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I obviously support Ecomi and Veve, not affiliate anyway. And I always get asked that, like, do they pay me? Do they give me anything special? No, like I'm just a big supporter, big fan of what they do. But they did not address yesterday's issues really. And I actually saw that Noah, who's marketing community side, did say it was a successful drop in. I would rather they have not said anything than to have said that, because it was not a successful drop. So that did kind of bug me, but I wish they gave a little bit more knowledge around what's going on and did address a little bit more. So yes, let's pull up that screen. Let's get this going. Boom. All right. You can see it here. Y'all ready? We got 43 seconds. We got 1 minute. We've got less than 1 minute. All right, here we go, guys. Fingers ready. Fingers warm. All right. Here we go. Don't mess with me, Azine. I hope you're wrong. See if we got it. Nope. Just keep jamming. So I'm guessing it's still issues. So just keep going. Or maybe not. This one says sold out. So maybe it didn't have crash issues. Maybe it just sold out. I've got a reserving order. Spinning screen. We'll see what happens. I don't think that was an issue this time. I think it just went. And I'm guessing that reserving order is not right, but let's find out. So I've got my other device over here. And it's spinning. It's definitely having issues, right? Like it's not working well, but we'll see. I mean, it's definitely cleaner than the last one, right? I think I just struck out. The reserving order screen is definitely not the best, but I do have my other one right here. So if that's the case, what do? We try to get the rebound. So I have my other screen here. I'm not going to do it with that one just because this is faster device and I need everyone to stop messaging me on Telegram so I can actually get this. It's so slow, just spinning right now. Yeah, I think I struck out, guys. Looking at the reserving order, just spinning. So it looks like it didn't crash. It looks like it's working, but not super clean, definitely. And I think, again, it's just the bandwidth issue. So all of us not being able to actually get in, or there's just so many people, right? Like it is a brawl now to actually be able to try and get these. The fact that I lost the buy now button right away makes me think that it's good, right? Like it's just there's that many people trying to actually get these now. I can't even get into the screen to try for a rebound now, which is, man, all of this news, all of this excitement getting people into Ecomi and Veve, it's clearly worked because I'm betting that we are now at that 1 million mark we're either at or near it, right? Like there are so many people now trying to get these that it is just impossible. So you have one pending order in a red box. That means that you got it. Congrats, Connor. What does it mean when it says I have one pending order in a red box? That means you got it, homie. So congrats on securing one. I did not, it looks like. I can't even get one on a rebound. But I'm going to keep trying. You never know with these things. It says sold out, but then again, people were telling me that last time too. So congrats. Eric's got one pending. Stanley says, I think that was actually super clean. I agree that it was much cleaner than the past ones. Like, but so when you can see, I'm trying to go for the rebound here and it's just spinning, like trying to get back in. And so that is usually not what happens with most of the other drops. So it's just so many people are in here now. I don't think I got this one. So let's just go ahead and hop out and then hop back in. See if we have any luck here. But like how it's just spinning like this, it feels again like we're back in March or April, right? There's just so many people here that now even getting a rebound seems like it's impossible. Laura says, I think they improved it. One of our 3 family phones got one and it's number 59 Pizza Truck. Wow. Congrats. God, I have literally the worst luck. Like I have never gotten a secret rare. I very rarely even secure some of these, but you got to keep trying, right? Like I've known people who've been like on their fourth or fifth attempt at Veve have gotten super low mints or have gotten ultra rare. And I've been doing this since, I guess, well, my Veve birthday is February 19th, but actually doing drops, I think since, I guess, March. And I have never gotten a secret rare. I've had pretty terrible luck on mints, but yeah, I've been able to get rebounds up pretty well, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it with Disney. All right, speeding up a little bit better now. See if we can get one. All right, that one's moving slow, so I'm going to move over here, see if it's possible. Usually 6 minutes after, I'm not that hopeful that I'll be able to get that I'll be able to actually get a rebound, because it's usually like 2 to 4 minutes sometimes on a rebound, but you never know. This is getting so expensive. Nope. Trying all the devices. Only 2, but you never know. Man, now that I was all prepared for it to actually have issues and crash, they fixed it. So now that it's fixed, it's just good to go, right? So it seems that they fixed whatever the issue was, but again, like we're here spinning, just trying to actually get some of the rebounds, and they're not working out very well. So I think the rebound game is going to be a lot harder now, if it's even possible, right? Like I've got a fast phone, I've got fast internet, but nothing. I think they got rid of the truck. Nope. No luck. App was pretty smooth today. Could definitely be better, but it's improved every day this week. I agree. So like Sunday was pretty awful, and then yesterday was not great either. But for those who just hung out and stuck on, they ended up securing a bunch, right? Unfortunately, I had something to do and needed to run, so I did not. I haven't secured a single drop from this Disney thing, this Disney collection of drops. I've only been able to buy in the aftermarket, which I bought Homer for like 190. I bought Elsa for 190. I bought the skateboard for 390 today. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be buying these in aftermarket, because what we've noticed is they either shoot up immediately or they go down a little bit and then they shoot up. Either way, they shoot up, right? So I will be in the marketplace, which is an absolute monstrosity itself in order to secure something. I do have an iPhone. I just saw a comment that I did want to address. It's pretty smooth today. So someone said that they got a drop like 18 minutes at 18-minute, or a rebound 18 minutes yesterday. Yeah, but the thing is yesterday it was so broken. So I think the thing to check is, yeah, it's saying sold out. So the fact that it's saying sold out, let's take a look at how many are delivered. I think that's probably a good way to check, right? Man, we brought the noise. Like look at the spinning. That means that there are so many people from all of these news articles, from just understanding the awareness around Veve, that they are flooding. They are coming from every angle, from all over the world, to get these drops. So in terms of success, Veve's seeing it, right? Like that's how crazy this is, that you can't even, the app won't load fully for quite some time during drops. So this is what we saw back in March and April, when we went from, I think, 5,000 or 10,000 users, shot up to 60,000 and just kept going. And the app was a nightmare. Drops were way harder than what they've been. So this is a good indicator that we're probably near or nearing the 1 million users. Hopefully they figure out how to get this to go a little bit cleaner. Yeah, I mean, this is incredible because as more people come in and they collect and they see not just the fandom side, like we like playing with these, right? Like I think you guys saw my post on Twitter when I was playing with the Loki Gator at the golf course, but you can actually also make a good amount of money, right? Like I failed on today's drop, right? Like I didn't get a Wally, I didn't get a Pizza Planet truck, but in the app, if I go ahead and pay a little bit extra in the marketplace, it's most likely going to continue to go up, right? Like that's what happened with Homer. I spent 190 and it shot up to over $500 within 2 days. And then I got Elsa for $190 and it shot up to over $300 in the same day. So we're seeing where these drops are holding value and continue to go up even more so. And I'm going to keep trying, man. I'm going to keep trying for these rebounds, but I don't think I'm going to have any luck. This was much cleaner drop. It looks like the issues have been worked out, but you have to also consider that maybe they are not going to stay worked out, right? Because we're going to get more users. The fact that we saw the Sky News piece, which was, I touched on it earlier, the fact that Sky News with over 7 million followers just tweeted this out today, it's going to bring a lot of people coming into the app too, right? Like, and there's time to set up the app, to understand it. Maybe they're going to join the Twitter, they're going to join Discord, they're going to understand, okay, I have to load gems. So most likely people who saw this post at 5:30 in the morning, not a ton jumped in the app today, but the result will be more awareness, more people jumping in, as people get into it, content creators, right? Like I cover Veve. There's probably about today around 40, maybe a little bit less than 40 content creators who are creating Veve and Ecomi content. But it's just a matter of time before larger presences actually jump in and start creating content as well. Let's see how you guys did. Dumb thing science. Are you just trying to hurt my feelings here? What does deliver pending mean? It means that you scored one. Congrats. You will be receiving it eventually. Yeah, I do not have that on my screen, so I did not score one. Congrats to you. Let's see. Yeah, I had the same thing, Paula. Stuck on spinning reserving order. I would just hop out and then try and see if you can get a rebound still. I'm doubtful that there's even the chance of rebounds 13 minutes later because the app does seem much cleaner and it does seem like they're all sold out, but you never know. I'm going to keep trying. We'll see what happens. Nope. Ernesto asked what my ping speed is. I actually don't know. I should probably do a ping test. I do know that my computer is fast. I know that my internet is fast. I know that my iPhone 13 is fast. So I don't know. Real Talk also spent 190 on the Homer or Elsa. Well, we're up. We're up, my friend. It was not cheap, but man, I spent 390 on that skateboard and I wasn't happy about that. No luck. Let's see. Nope. Sorry to hear that, Frederick. Frederick's app crashed. So there's still issues, but not as big issues. So hopefully it's a trailing issue, right? So is it 100%? No, it's still pretty laggy and not great, but it is getting better. So hopefully, I'm just hoping by Star Wars. I just hope it's clean. And that's the main one that I wanted. I just want R2. I just want C3PO. Like I'm collecting what I can. I'm spending a premium for these, but all right, it's getting much faster now. So it looks like people are hopping out. Maybe it's done. Can't load. Page does not load. Any concerns with the longer Veve waits for gem to OMI or gem to fiat, the more brutal the crash of the marketplace is going to be? So yes and no, right? In the sense that I am wondering why they're waiting so long to do this. And I think they're probably just overloaded with when Disney says, hey, we're ready to do this because of Disney Plus week, we need to do it now. They're going to do it now, right? So I do think that is probably why things are getting pushed out. Like they don't want to announce MTL, big announcement, and then also have it simultaneously with a major licensor drop. So I think that might be why it's been delayed. But I do agree that there will be a dip in the market, even bigger dip than what we're seeing right now when that happens. So I am choosing to buy some of the collectibles from other sets that I've been waiting on, but the really, really big ticket items, and I don't know if I'll be able to afford it because I can't land a single one of these stupid Disney drops, that'll actually be when I'm going to be buying some of the more expensive ones. So I'm always nervous to tell you guys what I'm looking at and when I'm going to be doing something. So let's just say some of the key drops, some of the key sets. Hello. I think I lost you guys there for a second. So what I was saying was I will be waiting to those key points to those sets. I actually clicked the little back button on my mouse. So once there is a major dip in the market, that's when you go hard in some of the sets that you've really wanted that are too expensive and kind of go from there. Is anyone still getting rebounds? Should I stop trying? Am I just out of luck? Am I waiting for the am I just waiting for the marketplace to spend again another? Congrats, Anonymous Crypto. Got one. Nice. Had payment error, but still got one. Really? Man, everyone scored. Congrats to all you guys. This app is crazy now. Did you say reserving order? So I didn't get one. I'm jealous of those who did. Yeah, black screen. I still have this one on one of my devices. I'm still going for the rebounds if I can, but I don't know. I don't think there's going to be a chance for me for rebounds. I've said it so much they turned off the stream. Nah, you're good. I accidentally clicked the back button. I did not catch the view back. Hopefully you guys can see me. You guys can see me, right? Like I'm back. Shout out to Zach. Good news, bad news. Thanks for the super chat. Good news is the drop was clean. Bad news is I didn't get it, and thus no Bieber cut. Are you sure? Are you just trying to skate out of your bet? For those who don't know, Zach earlier on the stream did say that if he got the drop, if he got, I think it was the Pizza Planet, he would get a Bieber haircut, which I was all about. I'm actually hoping he's going for like the kid Bieber, like the bangs. I'm going to Lucha Libre tonight in Mexico City. Bucket list. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Lucha. I always think of Mysterio. Like, I'm in the US, so I think of the Lucha actual wrestlers and like in WCW, WWF. And I always think of Mysterio doing his crazy backflips off the ropes, wearing the luchador mask. And shout out to you, Mehi Pride. For those who don't know, everyone always thinks I'm Italian. I'm half Mexican, half Irish. And, my grandpa was born in Mexico, in Jalisco. So I am Mexican, so Mexican pride. Rick R asks, what do you consider the first Disney NFT? I saw the post. I know why you're asking that. And so I would say, let's get out of that. In my opinion, I saw that it said Elsa is the first Disney NFT. Now, what we need to clarify, does that mean that it was the first one minted on Veve? We need to find that piece out. If it's the first piece minted on Veve, then Elsa is essentially the Todd of Disney on Veve, right? Like that's what I would argue. But if it's not the case, if it's not the first minted on Veve, then technically I would say Simpsons, the Homer Bart or the skateboard, I don't know which one came first, is the first Disney NFT on Veve. So that's what we need to ask. I do think that would be a good question, though, for an AMA, which hopefully they do one here soon. If not, they'll probably be doing one at DCon, which I will be, of course, trying to get them to do. Let's see. Got a couple more questions here. Curtis says, Taps, can you pull the screen down to refresh? No need to go out and back in again. So I hopped out. Oh, I see what you're saying. Mine doesn't really tend to work well doing that. So I don't think I'm going to get a rebound here. I think they're probably all delivered. I think I just kind of struck out here, unfortunately. Ariel, big fan. Little Mermaid would be pretty cool. Yo, what's up, champ? Welcome to the stream, brother. Happy to see you here. All right, let's see. It's a good question. Mine says delivery pending. That means you got it, man. So congrats to Hank Lasers. Looks like you secured one. I'm still trying here, but nothing going. So let's see. Boom. Click on Wally. My other device is working, but I'm also on an older iPad. So, and it's always funny, right? Like they say, what works better? Is it like the newest technology? Is it, the fastest speed? My iPad is super old and I've been able to secure with it plenty of time. So I don't know. I don't actually know. I know it does help though, because I definitely have been able to get much better results on my iPhone 13. But I've had success with the iPad. I've had success back when I had an iPhone 8, which, yes, I did have. I was very nervous to upgrade my phone because I have so many wallets. And I was just kind of curious, like, what happens if I can't get into one? And, those little things. And I have all of my things, stored away and safe, but you never know. Still no drop, still no issues on, or still no chance on the rebound. Man, it's a good question. Say de Jalisco también. Sorry, I said that. Butchered that bad. Say de Jalisco también, but other one half Italian. All right. Yeah, so my Spanish is pretty bad. I used to speak it much better when I was younger. I was kind of, we got a little bit of life in us, right? That's what someone said to do like that. Let's see if that works. So I did speak a little bit more when I was a kid. And, I used to watch novelas with my grandma or my abuelita. And I knew I spoke more of it, but now I only speak very little. I speak very, very, very little French because I did take a year of it in high school. I took 2 years of Japanese, so Nihongo o wakarimasu. That's not saying I speak Japanese, but I really don't. I guess, how do you say small or little bit? Chisai? So I speak very, very little Japanese, but I'm always a fan of languages. I wish I spoke more. I really want to learn Portuguese because it's actually my dream to probably end up moving to Portugal and just living in Lagos, being in the perfect beaches. So hopefully you guys can help me. That would be awesome if you guys keep supporting the channel and help me eventually move to Portugal. Lori says, Elsa, first actual Disney. So I saw that on the article, which let's pull that up. Because that is the debate, right? We need them to confirm, though, is it the first minted? Kieran Kramer, thank you for the super chat. If we have Pokemon, we might not be able to handle blind box drops yet. But what about packs like FIFA you could buy whenever you wanted? That's a really great question. I agree with you on the Pokemon thing, but FIFA's possible, right? We could see packs, we could see things like that because of the ESPN side. So Disney owns ESPN, and that is very possible that we could see more sports coming. But let's take a look at what Lori said real quick around how it does say that Elsa is the first ever official NFTs from Walt Disney Animation Studios drop Monday, November 8th. So that makes me think, let's see, first ever official NFTs from Walt Disney Animation Studios. So it says that about Elsa, but what did it say about Simpsons? Let's do a comparison. First ever official NFTs from The Simpsons. So, yeah, I mean, that's how they differentiate, right? These are all worth something. They're all holding value, but the first NFT drop from the partnership with Disney Plus, I would say goes to The Simpsons. The first Disney, like just Disney NFT drop is Elsa. The first Pixar NFT drop, let's say, is Wally, right? Which, by the way, let's see, nothing yet. But I do agree with you, Kieran Kramer, that we could see packs. We could see something come with the ESPN partnership underneath Disney, which could be like FIFA or NBA or NHL, something like that. I think going with, well, it depends on where you're located in the world. I say soccer, you say football. But I do think that maybe going with soccer first would make sense because we do have that partnership, hopefully still, with the NFLPA, and we'll see football, American football. So no luck on the rebounds. So what are we going to do? We're going to go into the aftermarket and see what we can get. I've got gems loaded. I think I've got about... Man, the app is so low. So laggy. Which I do think in order to get into the marketplace, you usually have to hop out of the app and then hop back in. If you'd like, you can follow me on the app. I do some occasional talking on here. And if you'd like, you could always just send me a collectible, right? I'm always looking for more collectibles. I'm always looking for... Also, I'll be doing a giveaway at some point. I don't know if I'll be doing it at 15K subs. I don't know if I'll be doing it at 20K subs. But if you'd like, you can always send me a collectible. I always appreciate donations and things of that nature, and just appreciate you guys. And then that is my name, just like it is on everything else, TapsTrades on Veve. So you can follow me, be my friend. I know a lot of people are more engaged on the app, which if you're not doing something in the app every single day, you're missing out on potential points in the Master Collector program. So I do recommend you're logged in the app every single day and engaging, because that is how you're going to be able to collect some points, which I do every now and then. Say something in the feed, like, let's get this drop, or I post what I secured, or I say, like, I didn't secure, what are you guys going for? Something of that nature, just because, again, there are points that are going to be coming due to Master Collector program. Let's see. I saw another super chat. Thank you, Jeff Bevan, for the super chat. We need the handicap time. Miss a drop, so get rewarded. Make all the haters happy, less unhappy. So when you say handicap time, what do you mean? Miss a drop, still get rewarded. So, I mean, but how do you, like, what do you reward with them, right? Like, if you reward people who miss a drop, then like it's just not going to make it as significant to actually secure one, because it's just so difficult to actually do, right? So I don't know about that. But thank you for the super chat. It's not a bad idea. Laura says, we are not ready for Pokemon anytime soon, y'all. I agree. I don't think we're ready, but I do think it's possible that we'll see it in 2021, and I'll get into that in a different video. But I do think it's very possible because of a couple of things I've seen. Sorry to hear that. I wish you had a little bit more success on there. I just realized I'm not even sharing my screen. Whoop. You guys probably are like, what are you talking about? So I was saying, you guys can follow me on the app. My name is TapsTrades on the app, and be my friend. And if you'd like, you can always, where's my QR code? Send me a collectible donation. I love things of that nature. I think I've been sent like 2 collectibles ever, and I have both still to this day. So, when you send me them, I hold them, I cherish them. I'm a collector. I've done very, very little flipping. I did like the flip challenge. If it's worth a ton, then I flip it. But for the most part, I'm not a flipper. I'm a collector. Let's see. On the blockchain, the first under the Disney banner will be The Simpsons. I mean, that's a good point. So that's what I was saying earlier is Disney, it says, is the first, Simpsons, it says the Homer Bart one is the first NFT for The Simpsons. And then the Elsa is the first for Disney. But when it comes to the blockchain, you're right. It would show that Homer and Bart are the first in terms of the Disney Plus partnership and those being dropped on the Disney brand. So it's kind of hard to say, right? Like they both hold value, they're both worth something, and definitely something to consider with the price. I would say at this point, you're probably out of luck if you're still waiting on the reserve order. I exited out. Let's see if the marketplace is open. Not yet. This is going to be a nightmare. Let's see what I can do. I'm actually going to probably be doing it on my phone because for those of you who don't know, you should be, if you wanted the drop and you did not succeed, thank you for the super chat. Comcast owns Universal Studios and DreamWorks. If they shouted them out, it is possible that there are more big IPs coming to Veve. I agree with you. Is it possible? Yeah. I mean, there are so many IPs that we just don't know about that are lurking and hiding. And so Comcast would be something big, but we're seeing more real life utility come in, right? Like we saw with the James Bond tickets, we're seeing it with Disney Plus. And so the likelihood that, maybe they could work with a major broadcast television cable service and do something with us, that would be incredible, right? I mean, that's imagine when there are Veve commercials on TV. That's when things get stupidly exciting. That's when everyone loses their mind. So yeah, I agree with you there, Jared. Wow, you got Wally 211. Congrats. As Lori said, please like the video. Let people know that we are here. We're still chatting about it. We'll see what happens here in the marketplace as it goes live. I will be trying to secure one, and we'll see. Actually, probably won't be doing that one just because, again, the iPad is slow. Shout out to everyone here. I appreciate you guys being in here and hanging out with me. Did you get one? I did not get one, Brogan. I did not. Did you get one? Has anyone received it yet? I have not received it yet. I think you're referencing when I said Pokemon. So I think it is possible that we'll see either Pokemon end of 2021 or beginning of 2022. I'm hopeful that we don't see it until at least middle or end of 2022. But them launching Disney this soon, I don't think they're as worried about the app having issues. And I think they're kind of at the mercy of the licensors. And when they want it to go live, it goes live, right? So I think the likelihood that we could see something come even in this year is possible. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate the support. Marketplace is still not open. Anyone able to get in yet? They might be waiting just because it seems like most have not actually received theirs yet. I do have 274 collectibles, and I do have 35 sets complete. Man, I would love to. There's a couple that I don't have complete. Let's see. I still need. Let's see. So I still have some of these two Batman Black and White series to collect. I'm hoping during the Gem Squeeze, I might be able to grab some of these and get them done. That's kind of what my plan has been. I'm revealing my master plan here, which it probably shouldn't be. I did not complete the magic hat. I should have, but I didn't. I don't have the Labbits. I never completed Ghostbusters. I only have a Givenchy and the Spinning Rewind, but not the other two, the Ultra Rares. Got all the No Time to Dies, besides, of course, the one that we're waiting on. I only have one Choices Rabbit. Oh man, this is one that still kills me. I remember when the secret rare was going for on the Captain America, I think it was selling for around like $890. And I saw it and I was like, that seems so low, but there was so much negativity around the Captain not being, first appearance and it being first edition because the Marvel's Mighty was. And I was like, man, that seems so low. I should probably snag it, but I didn't. It was during the big gem squeeze, the first one, and I didn't. So unfortunately, I don't have that set yet. I'm hoping it keeps dropping. I don't have the secret rare Loki Gator. That is probably one I'll be picking up here soon, but I have the other two. I got all the Mighties though. Same thing with both Spider-Mans. Was not able to complete, did not get ultra rares. This is what I'm always telling people, right? Like people are always saying, oh, the influencers, maybe they're getting free stuff from Ecomi. We don't get anything. And there are some who have amazing luck. Like Hello K has the most amazing luck out of anyone I've ever seen when it comes to drops in the entire space. The guy just tries and he gets every single ultra rare and secret rare. It's incredible. I'm the opposite. I have really terrible luck. I can't get an ultra rare or secret rare to save my life. So let's see if the marketplace is open while I've been talking. So usually I'm having to constantly buy ultra rares and I think I only have one secret rare. I'm always constantly having to buy these out of my own pocket, and it is an expensive hobby. I don't have the Dragon Girls. I don't have the Unicornos, which I'm going to complete that probably in this gem squeeze. Ultramans I do have completed. I loved these. I love the stamps. I think they're so cool. Have the Back to the Futures. I have both of them. So, yep, that's what I hold. You got a first look at my collectibles. Like many say, oh, that's a lot of collectibles. It's a lot of sets. I would be grateful if I made it to the second tier of highest who are in the Master Collector program, because I know plenty of people who have well over 40. I know some who have over 50. And yeah, it is getting real. This collecting is an addiction. And if you have over, 45 to 50 sets, you're a champion. You've been killing it. Kira asks, do I have a Todd? I do have a Todd. So I did not have a Todd for quite some time. And then what happened was I think it was during it was during September, I think. I didn't have one. I was debating on if I should get one. And then it dropped down to, what was it? I want to say $500. And then I bought one during that time. Then it shot up to I think it was almost $2,000 or something like that. So I did get the right timing. Marketplace is still closed. Do I think 95 gems will be enough for a Wally? I do not. I mean, it's going to be extremely hard to scope or to snipe that bottom floor. And they're probably going to list, if I had to guess, maybe around 150 to 180 minimum. And I think that's low considering that The Simpsons is pretty high, and considering that Elsa's pretty high and that it's an uncommon, right? So there's actually less of them. Congrats on your Pizza Planet truck. I need it. Thanks, Audible. Appreciate it, man. Trying to stay clean. So get fit with Rick. What do I mean by when I say gem squeeze? What I mean is there are ebbs and flows to the marketplace in Veve, and you'll see where the prices just run away, right? Like we saw Givenchy, I think it was almost $8,000 at one point. We saw, the Secret Rare Spider-Man around 16 grand, or was it 15, 16 grand? And then we've seen more and more, like they just go high, high, high. And it always happens. And that's the flow part of the marketplace. And then when it ebbs is when we're in a gem squeeze. And that's where we're having big drops or a ton of drops all lined up in a row. And it usually happens during, conventions or during massive brands like this, because we just saw, right, where the Simpsons the Disney drops are every single day for what, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6 days. And then Decon is that weekend. So we're going to have probably another 6 to 8 drops this weekend. That is where people are clamoring, where they're like, crap, like, I don't want to put my 401k into this thing. I need a way to get more gems. I need a way to get more money to be able to buy these bigger brands. So what happens is it creates a sell-off. And so people start selling for whatever they can, right? They're selling some extras that they've been sitting on, or they're selling some other sets that they don't care about. So that way they can get these sets. And that's what we call a gem squeeze, is where basically there's just a clamoring for more gems. Looks like Adam answered the question as well. Thank you, Adam. As well as Shaq. Shout out to Shaq. Shaq, how many subscribers did I have when you started following my channel? Because I remember you reaching out to me. You were one of the very first people to ping me, like reach out to me. I can't remember if it was like email or Twitter or what, but I remember it was because you're also, and still are, an Engine and OMI fan. But you've been with me since the beginning, man. So I appreciate you, and I love when you always turn me into memes and GIFs and all that. It's hilarious. Josh Johnson says, I'm officially broke. Let's go. Yeah, I need to sell some more stocks to be able to get all of these sets. My goal is by the end of this week, I want to complete some more sets, like the OG sets. I'm sucking at these drops. So I would be stoked if by the end of the weekend, and I'll be at Decon, if I'm somewhere around 42 sets. I'm right now around 35 sets. I would be stoked if I'm higher, but I'm not having much luck. Is the marketplace open yet? Let's see. Nope, not open yet. Stefan asks, will it tell me when it's sold out? I mean, it probably is already sold out, isn't it? Don't get my hopes up. 42 minutes later, if I was able to get a rebound, I would do a backflip right here on camera. I don't know how to do a backflip, so I would need to really try. I'm your lucky charm? All right. Tony says, Elsie yesterday, today truck, Taps, you're my lucky charm. Fingers crossed you get one soon. I'm going to have to pay for one, but I will get one. He does make the best fan-made videos, agreed. Football Clips asks, I'm new to this. Well, welcome to the community. Can you convert gems back to real money? You can't yet, but you will be able. And that's coming with what's called MTL, which is the money transfer license. So once the money transfer license goes through, which, I mean, we were supposed to have it a month, 2 months ago. And so it says that they're just, they've said on a recent AMA, like all these things were supposed to come end of week, which I think was supposed to come this week or last week. So it's happening. We don't know when. So just accumulate gems, do what you can, and eventually you'll be able to cash out, or you'll be able to buy other collectibles as well. I remember you shouting me out in your second OMI video or third video. That was back in March, man. Like, we've been at this since March. It's crazy. Like 8 months I've been doing this. And I started my channel as an outlet. You know, I had like a stock group that I managed, and I kept talking about crypto and was driving them nuts. And, you know, I was looking for an outlet. I needed some other community to just purvey information, to try and help, to educate. And for those who are new to the channel or new to the space or just new to Veve, I hold a lot of different crypto, a lot of different stocks. I hold real estate. You know, I'm a investor by nature. It isn't my full-time job yet. That is the goal. Hopefully one day I can be there and do this full-time. Man, I had a month off where I was just jamming out content and people loved it. People were happy to see it. And the big thing is I'll never be able to do multiple videos a day. But if I can do a video each day and keep and retain the level of research, the level of due diligence that I put into each video, that's what I want. Like, if I can just do this full time and educate and grow the community and continue to help people, not just with OMI and Veve, but look into other crypto, understand more blockchain technology, understand NFTs, metaverse. This is my passion. And it feels like work definitely sometimes because I put a lot of work in my videos, but I would rather do this, for the next 10 years than to continue to work for some other corporation or company. And, but I need to do that right now so I can afford all these VV drops. So shout out to you, Shaq, OG. Been here since 8 months, 7 months, 8 months. Been subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you, bro. Did you see the Walt Disney signature fountain pen? I did see that. So for those who don't know, oh man, I wonder if I saw people tagging me in it. I don't know about it though. And apologies if it takes me forever to respond to you guys on, tweets or in the messages or in emails or in wherever, because I get tagged in a lot of stuff, and I'm not bragging in any sense, but people like to tag me in stuff and show me things. And so I see a lot of stuff in probably, I don't know, 300 to 500 tags, or at least in tweets a day. But I did see is that it? The pen. So you see how there is that weird mark. Is that where it was? I thought it was on the dress. Maybe it's not. There's that weird mark on the shoe, and it looks a lot like Walt Disney's pen. I thought it was on the dress, but maybe I'm wrong. I saw all the thing about the ball. I don't think it's the Pixar ball personally, Luxo or whatever its name is. Maybe that was it. But that might be the pen, because why is it only on one shoe? And is that what they're doing? Is that what Veve is doing with Disney? Is they're hiding a bunch of little things? Which, by the way, look at the detail of the dress. I mean, it looks like real fabric. They absolutely crushed this. Let's look. Walt Disney's pen. And there'd be has the lines on it, one line down the center with the tip. I don't know. I'll need to actually get in the app and start looking at it, but it's possible. You never know. Shout out to Lyndon for the super chat. Do you think 3 million OMI is enough to make it to financial freedom, or should I buy more? I honestly don't care about the drops. So it's a good question. I mean, it depends on how long you're going to hold for, how much your patience tolerance is, because I would say, yeah, if it hits $1, you're looking at $3 million, but it also depends on where you are in the country or whatever country you're in. What is your number? As soon as you know your number for financial freedom or retirement, then you're set, right? Then you know that you can live off maybe residual income or investments. And that's what everyone's always trying to do, right? So if you live in somewhere where the price of housing or you're paid off on your house, then 3 million might be enough. Personally, I'm in California. 3 million is nowhere near enough for me in order to retire. But I would say once it hits $1, if you're looking at $3 million, then that's pretty solid chunk of change that you could then leverage into other investments if you chose to take profit. Then I personally think OMI won't hit $1 well into 2025 when we see eventually the circulation of, or the supply is going to go into supply shock. And we know that we're going to probably be burning either half or 2/3 of the overall supply come that point if it keeps burning the way it does. And of course, people will say, well, the price is going to go up, so less OMI will burn. Yeah, but there will also be actual utility to OMI, right? We'll be able to use OMI in NFTs. We'll be able to use it in the Viviverse. We'll be able to use it in the Veve app. We'll be able to have extra burning mechanisms that will eventually come. When? I don't know. I'm kind of tired of thinking, what their timelines are and when they're going to hit. But I do know that holding until that point will probably at least have you wealthier than you are today. So that is my 2 cents. Perry Unlikely, thank you for the shout out, bro. And for the shout out to Perry Unlikely, go follow his channel. Love his content. He's excited for Sunday Swap. I'm a big Cardano bull myself. I don't talk about it enough. Sunday Swap is actually the DEX, the decentralized exchange, similar to Uniswap or Pancake Swap, that is coming to Cardano, and it's coming out with its ISO. Is that what you call it? Initial staking offering. So if you're staking Cardano in your Roy wallet or the Daedalus wallet, I wish it was also the Exodus, then you can actually get some of the Sunday Swap tokens, which you can also buy it. But I'm very bullish on Sunday Swap. I have a screen recording from yesterday of you doing the VV countdown while I was already on the buy stream. Made it to the second stream, payment error. Oh man, I'm sorry to see that. Hopefully, I didn't know you're collecting, bro. I'm happy to hear that you're trying for these drops. And let me know if you have any questions, man. You can always reach out to me on Veve Ecomi stuff. You probably have been doing it in secret. I hope to see some Veve content on your channel. I'll definitely retweet that. And if you're not on Twitter, Perry, make sure you are and add me, bro. All right. Touched on this already. It is not on the marketplace anymore, but it's most likely that they're doing some heavy lifting and they're doing it in a test net or something of that nature and are working on it. So we know Vivi's coming into Mutalex. We know that it's happening. So the fact that it came off, I think, is a bullish sign that something is about to happen in the next week, but we'll see. Shout out to Enthusiastic, spamming buy now until 10:36, accidentally closed out of app. Notice that when I refresh, Wally says there's still FA 3594 of 10.3. Really? If we're able to get a rebound at 10:51, that'd be insane. Market's still not open though. It's still saying sold out though. Man, I wanted to actually hop in here and try and get one on the market with you guys, but I'm running out of time on my lunch break here. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Football Clips asks, how should I buy shares in OMI? You can currently only buy them on Bit4X, Gate.io, OKX, and what's the other one? Ascendix. So depending on where you are in the country, if you're in US like myself, then your name is Football Clips and you're showing a soccer ball. So I'm guessing you're probably not in the US. If you're not in the US, I would recommend OKX. It is probably the cleanest of the exchanges. But if you are in the US, I think Gate.io works, but also I use Bit4X personally. It's like being at the beginning of Bitcoin. Ecomi is laying their foundations for huge success later. When everyone else tries jumping into space, they're going to be faced these lagging issues. I agree. I mean, there are a ton of issues, and we're going to see, like when you think of most NFT projects, they do a 10K project, and we've seen tons of issues. But OMI is what? They're probably now either close to or have just breached over 2 million collectibles dropped. There is no other NFT project that can even touch that. And their user base is larger than Decentraland's. I think it's larger than Sandbox as well. So the fact that this app, which definitely needs a lot of little updates, I mean, it isn't the best. It isn't the best UI. It isn't the most engaging. The fact that it's able to handle this many users is impressive in itself, but they do need it to scale. Lyndon is in California too. Lyndon, are you going to DCon this weekend? Hopefully so. And if you are, let's meet up. We're all gonna meet up and have some drinks and hang out and spread the good word of Veve. Sounds like OMI is retracing right now. Is it still? Even with a clean drop? No. So it did drop down from the, see, it did a big rally, which was exciting. And then big fall, started rallying again. And then this right here happened on Sunday, right? The app broke, people got discouraged and then just started selling off. But let's look at the 1 day. Looking at the 1 day, you can see there was rise up to the 0.0076. And I do believe today was also an unlock, but we know that they're here for the long run. And so, I mean, this little things like this could be like little bits taking, but I don't know about that. Clearly moved to the downside, but then we can see right here, it formed this bottom and then started moving up and then did a slight retrace, but that is still a higher, or I guess a higher low from this point right here. And then did keep going up to higher, and these are higher lows. So this to me, and I'm not a TA expert in any sense, but I do understand basic TA, and it has been effective with me on swing trading a couple other investments. I don't swing trade OMI personally. I have swing trade Engine back when it was at a high. I've swing trade little things here and there, but for me, crypto is it's very lucrative if you swing trade, but it kind of depends on how you swing trade. But I do know how to read basic charts. And so this does look like bullish movement to me, as it is making higher lows and higher. Is that a higher high as well? 745. I mean, technically, yeah, that would be a higher high. But you can see it's very stagnant right here, and that could signal as a retest. So I do think with it app being fixed, we'll see it to continue to gain, especially with, again, more news jumping on. We saw that big news. Thanks for the super chat, Perry. Appreciate you, bro. You're spoiling me. Thanks. I've been collecting for a while. Nightwing, 1305, keeping up the great work. Damn, I didn't know that you were collecting that long. Awesome, man. Happy to have you in. Perry, when Veve Ecomi video? I think that would be awesome to see you cover it, because you definitely do great content, and you do content. You look at like deep research and you explain things really well. So that's why I'm a fan of your channel, because it's very much how I approach stuff on my channel. And I think great minds think alike. All right, guys, it is almost 1 o'clock. The marketplace is still not open, but when I get in the marketplace, I will be trying to nab a Pizza Planet truck. I will be trying to nab a Wally. I'm not going to be waiting again and then watching it shoot up like that sorcerer hat did. So good luck to everyone. If you did secure one, congrats. I am proud of you guys all, and hopefully it keeps getting a little bit cleaner leading through the rest of the week. For those who are going to decon, we got to figure something out. Like we will probably all meet up. I mean, we'll all be at the con, and then if you have the VIP ticket, you can get into the actual event on Friday night, which I have a VIP ticket. I will be there. I think I'm staying, where was it? The Hilton Anaheim, right next to the convention center. So me and Randy will be hanging out. Real Randy Chavez. Make sure you go follow his channel, but we'll be there live in person with many other people, and we will be hanging out and meeting everyone. Can't wait to meet the Ecomi and Veve team in person. I've had, Reese on my channel many times, and I can't wait to meet him in person. Give him a big chest bump and say hi to everyone. So thanks to everyone for hopping on the stream. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the super chats, and congrats if you're able to name one. And if you haven't, then I'll see you in the secondary, see you in the marketplace, and good luck sniping. And as always, thanks for your time. I appreciate it, and happy trading. Cheers all.